ლეკო და მარიტა, ცოლ-ქმარი ენტერპრენერები, ჩვენ შევქმნით ინოვაციური პროდუქტი, რომლის საშუალებითაც შესაძლებელია სახლის პირობებში მოვიყვანოთ ნებისმიერი მცენარე, უფრო მწვანილები, სალათები, ყვავილები და ასე შემდეგ. ამისათვის საჭიროა უბრალოდ ავიღოთ ეს კაფსულა, რომელშიც უკვე დათესილია თესლი და მოვათავსოთ სპეციალურ დანადგარში. ამის შემდგომ უკვე მარტივად ყველანაირი ზედმეტი ძალისხმევის გარეშე მცენარე ამოვა თავისით. 2-დან 3 კვირაში. ხოლო წყლის დამატება საჭირო ამ რეზერვუარში. ეს პროდუქტი არის ძალიან საინტერესო როგორც ოჯახის მზარეულებისთვის, ასევე პროფესიონალი შეფებისთვის რესტორნებში, რათა მათ მოიყვანონ თავისთვის საჭირო ნაირსახეობების სხვადასხვა მცენარეებისა, სხვადასხვა სალათებისა და სხვადასხვა ყვავილების. დღევანდელი პიჩინგისგან ველოდებით, რომ დავაინტერესებთ ჟიურის ინვესტორებს და ველით მათ ობიექტურ გადაწყვეტილებას.
მოდის სინათლე?
არა. Okay. It's fine.
Yeah. Good evening. We all love great food, right? And what makes the food really outstanding is the small, fresh, fragrant green herb on top of each plate. What we as home cooks and chefs, professional chefs, are facing on today's Georgian market is that hypermarkets and suppliers cannot supply year-round various herbs. And on the other hand, we do not know how to grow them on our own because we don't know where to plant them, how much sun does it require, where to water them, etc. To address this issue, we are creating no-effort indoor gardening tool, which has stackable design, like you see on the slide, has artificial lighting, grows any type of herbs, salads, flowers, etc., works in any environment, home, in professional kitchen, etc., and is a fusion of home decor and home garden. What is most important, we created soil capsule, which you see here, which is pre-seeded, is unique in terms of things that we are now patenting, registered to the Georgian Patent Organization, and it needs only water in order to give you the good harvest, good crop in 2 to 3 weeks. Now let me tell you why are we the perfect team for this project. We are husband and wife, having 2 kids, one of which is on this photo right now. And we are both MBAs and have more than 10 years of experience in marketing and finance. And also what is more important is that we, in the last 3 years, created 2 startups, one of which is Commercial Kitchen, providing a diet meal supply service to people. And the second one is the first urban vertical farm in Georgia and in our region, where we grow up to 15 varieties of different microgreens. These 2 businesses gave us the inspiration to create this product, as we know what the Georgian chefs need, and we know how to grow the herbs on the other hand. Now let me tell you what's happening on the market. Of course, we're not the only ones who are creating this kind of product. There are quite a lot of global competitors there. There are IKEA, AeroGarden, EDN, etc. They are also offering some home gardening tools, but what our advantage is that we have pre-seeded capsules, and nothing like fertilizers or something like this is needed to get the successful crop. And our design is stackable, like people can expand their capacity any given time. It doesn't require any maintenance, and it is very simple, no-effort gardening tool.
One another reason why we decided to enter the business is the industry size and the industry growth rate. As of today, the industry of vertical farming is doubling in size every 3 years. And by 2023, it is estimated to be already 6.5 billion. Our team, me and Marita, believe that we need to think global. But in the beginning, we need to act local and enter Caucasus market, which is estimated 76 million of revenue in our industry. And in the beginning, we think to capture around 10%, 12% of the market, and which translates into around 11 million of revenue, which will register in our P&L within 2-3 years. Our business model is quite profitable. We are expecting around 55% of gross margin and around 40% of the net profit margin. You may ask how we are going to provide our products to consumers and to reach our consumers. We will, for this, we will use both offline and online channels, and of course, we will massively rely on our existing distributor network. As Marita mentioned, we are already selling microgreens in Caucasus region and also in Qatar, and we have distributors, big companies who are working on this project. So these people, these companies will continue to cooperate with us on this new innovative product as well. As for the current status and where we are, well, let me tell you that we have accomplished 3 main milestones, which is customer validation, creating the prototype of the soil capsule, which you see there, and the prototype of the grower, which is the very initial prototype. The design might change a little bit, but it is the functional one already. After receiving funds, we will complete the design of the grower. We will complete the website and branding, and we will start the marketing campaign. We will purchase all the necessary fixed assets which are needed for the mass production of the soil capsule, and by the end of this year, we are targeting to launch the product. You see the distribution of the funds, where 50% of the funds come on marketing, branding, and website development. Another 30% comes on fixed assets and research and development, and the remaining 20% actually comes on operating and other expenses. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. This was our presentation. We will gladly answer your questions right now.
Thank you.
Just talking about the market is people who want to be in this vertical farming market. So you're selling to the growers.
We are selling the growers, and we are also selling the capsules, which need to be inserted in the grower. Let me demonstrate how. So
I'm sorry, you call this a grower, but I was talking about the people, your customers.
No,
your customers are the farmers. You see.
Our customers are restaurants, chefs of the restaurants, and our customers are all the people who cook at home.
No, actually, the question was about whether they are farmers or not. We are not targeting to farmers. We are targeting to cooks and chefs who want to have their own fresh home garden at their homes and professional kitchen.
I know a very little bit about this space, but how convinced are you that that's actually going to be a big market? I mean,
that is already a big market in whole world, as you saw on this slide, where we see that now it is about global market is about $1.6 billion and doubling it every 3 years. So it is very huge market.
And that's the chefs. That's the chefs buying.
That is vertical farming, indoor farming, and also the farmers like on commercial side.
But that's my question. Commercial vertical farming, I know that's a big market, and that's the fast-growing one. I was trying to understand, you seem to be saying that you're going to sell this to a very specialized group, chefs and
chefs
consumers.
And home cooks.
And it's not clear to me that is that market established at all yet? I mean, are you convinced?
Well, the people who are currently purchasing some kind of herbs from the hypermarkets, let's say, or commercial greenhouses, they can purchase this item, these capsules, and grow it themselves.
Yeah.
And they will have, and it has a lot of advantages for them.
Right.
So basically, this is same industry as commercial vertical gardening, indoor gardening.
So the idea is that the problem, what we said earlier, is that usually chefs and home cooks do not have a variety of herbs. They have some herbs that they can buy in hypermarkets, but chefs need like this red vein sorrel. They don't have it on Georgian market. If they want to have it, they have to grow themselves, because the Georgian market is not big enough for suppliers or for farmers to grow this on commercial level, you see? That's why you need somebody in small scale.
So I cook at home and I have a herb garden, but I could see in the winter when the herbs are bad, I could use that. Chefs cook at volume. They would never be able to get enough herbs from something like that. How would you see a chef using this?
Because of the stackable design, because this can be stacked in 2 to 4.
The design allows us to stack them like shelves, and it is increasing capacity.
Yeah.
This is the main advantage of this product.
Have you been in a lot of commercial restaurant kitchens? Because they're usually don't have a lot of space.
Yes, exactly. That's why we are thinking that from all of the commercial kitchens, only 10% will be obtainable market for us, which have larger commercial kitchens or who have open space kitchens. You see, there are restaurants who have open space kitchens and want to show them users that, yeah, here we have these herbs and we use them on a daily basis. You are right, of course, that, for example, I do pesto, yeah, right? You cannot do pesto with this amount of basil.
Not enough basil.
That's, yes, of course. But when you need some garnish on each plate, it is not main ingredient, but for the garnish side, that will be absolutely enough even for commercial kitchens, because we own commercial kitchen and we know how many herbs you need to garnish the dish. It is not maybe the main ingredient from which you can make sauces or you can make some main salads, for example.
But Steve was asking about this specific market, a market for people like me,
yes,
who cook. So did you test that market? Forget farming, forget vertical farming, forget even the chefs. Home cooks, did you test that market? Do you know how big that is?
In Georgian market, actually, we did have a validation of the market. I cannot say that we created some market research, large-scale research,
Okay.
but we had some validation. Like we've talked to many home cooks around us in Facebook groups, in some specific groups on social media, which do have the interest in it. Also, we have some interested distributors who know that there are the kind of requests from the consumers, from like hypermarkets. They know that people are going there and asking for, do you have some small basil that I can grow at home? I cannot put soil, etc. So in terms of our partners with hypermarkets, we do know that there is some validated customers.
What's your secret sauce? I mean, what are these capsules? What's the secret sauce here?
Well, we are actually now working with Georgian agricultural sector with 3 very bright-minded people who work on this product. Well, that's actually soil and organic fertilizer there, but we are simply adding some secret ingredients that are where we are working now, which will be, of course, FDA approved and will be, of course, good for adding this.
The main idea is to keep the soil together so that you pre-seed it, and the customers don't need to seed it or something. The main comfort is this for consumer. They just purchase it and they just insert it like that.
And that's for the water.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Water is inside.
So what as the plant grows, when do you have to switch out the soil?
You don't have to do anything. Actually, it will grow. For example, this is 3 weeks old. This is also 3 weeks old. It will grow by itself because water is there, and the water will be supplied as needed.
But not for 10 years.
Yeah.
Not for 10 years. You are supposed to harvest it after a month or so.
Yeah.
And then put a new capsule.
And then
That's what he
purchase
was
new
asking.
capsules.
Subscription service.
Yeah, subscription.
Yeah, that is
Yes,
subscription.
exactly.
Okay, so I love this. It's great, but it just seems like there's hundreds of thousands of these in the world. IKEA has huge budgets, so they can replicate this very easily. How are you going to compete in that market?
Yeah, let me tell you. Yeah, the current product of IKEA exists, of course, but they do not have pre-seeded capsules. With IKEA, you have to purchase seeds, you have to purchase liquid fertilizers. Basically, you have to be a hobbyist or a farmer to grow it. We have convenience, and this is patent. I mean, this has ability to receive the patent. We have already registered it in a patent service, and we are ready, and we are now waiting for the patent to be issued. Once patent is issued, nobody will be able to replicate the soil.
What's the claim?
The
What
claim-
you are patenting?
We are patenting the soil mix, which is inside.
The solar mix, yeah.
The soil mix, and the idea that with the capillary reaction, water can
This
move from
one
below
you
to
can-
yeah.
Yes.
And the soil is designed in a way that it is like a sponge, so that water easily moves from down to up. And with this, you don't have to water from bottom; it automatically water from below. That's the idea of the patent.
And you
How
got
much is that one thing?
The
One
co-
shelf?
you mean
Yeah.
the cost or the selling price?
Selling price?
Yeah, basically,
And the cost too.
our strategy is to have the dynamic selling price, so that if customer purchases one additional unit, we will give 5% additional discount. But with this, we want to motivate users to have something like that in their house, and it's also very nice. It is not only plant; it is also like positive vibes for home and oxygen.
Yeah, the price is about
this costs us around $50, and the starting price is $118. And
118.
118. But if somebody purchases 8 units
Without the soil, without the capsules.
without the capsule is only $1.
$1 is capsule.
Accelerate the growth? Can you measure the acceleration of growth with your secret mixture versus regular soil?
Well, it is.
Yes, of course, because it has some fertilizer there. Time is up.
Oh, okay, all right. all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Time is up for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It does have a very good smell, and it's very good to have it at home. Thank you very much.
idea over there.
Do you have the pods? You have the pods from marijuana?
Huh? It's
Yes,
legal here.
yeah. If it's legal, you can.
That's a good answer.
By the way, it's legal to sell seed only.
Thank you very much.
Ну, ჩემი აზრით, კარგად ჩაიარა პიჩინგმა, თუმცა ძალიან ისეთი რთული შეკითხვები მივიღეთ, მაგრამ ვინაიდან ამ პროდუქტზე დიდი ხანია ნაფიქრი გქონდა და დიდი ხანია ვმუშაობთ, ყველაფერზე გქონდა პასუხი. ჩემი აზრით, შევძლებთ, რომ გადავიდეთ საბოლოო ეტაპზე და გავიმარჯვოთ.
სტარტაპი არის ძალიან საინტერესო მწვანე ტექნოლოგიების მიმართულებით. ის თავაზობს სხვადასხვა ტიპის მწვანილისა და ბოსტნეულის მოსაყვან დანადგარს. ეს არის urban farming-ის ინოვაციური მიმართულება, სტარტაპი Eve Groweri. არ არიან? არა უშავს. მიულოცოთ კიდევ ერთხელ.
ძალიან ბედნიერები ვართ, რომ მოვიგეთ ეს გრანტი. ჩვენი მომხმარებლები უნდა ელოდოს სიახლეებს იმ პროექტს, რომელიც ამ გრანტის ფარგლებში მქონდა შემოტანილი აუცილებლად წარმატებით განვახორციელებს და უკვე ამ გრანტის პერიოდშივე მოგვივიდა კიდე დამატებითი იდეები, რითიც შეიძლება რომ ამავე პროექტში განვითარდეთ და ვფიქრობ, რომ ძალიან საინტერესო შედეგი დადგება. პლუს ძალიან ბედნიერები ვართ იმით, რომ აღმოჩნდა, რომ თუმი ავსტრიაშიც მივდივართ ძალიან საინტერესო ივენთებზე და მოკლედ ძალიან წარმატებული დღე იყო.